Better at Chess Nation. What's going on? This is Terrence B, and this is day 10 of the 30-day daily chess puzzle challenge. So, today we'll be going over defensive tactics, stalemate tactics, and pawn promotion tactics. So, what else? If you're new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when I release more chess content like this, and also lesson videos, which I'll be coming out with a tactics and strategy series soon. And that'll be for anyone who has, just learned chess, or is, they're okay chess, but they want to get better. They want to learn some more tactics and advanced strategy and stuff like that. So it's very catered towards beginners and people who have a little bit of experience, who play casually and just want to learn how to play better casually, or if you just want to get better at chess. So chess is a very fun game, and of course I'm speaking from experience, but there are a lot of players who play on chess.com, Lead Chess, and other chess websites every day. So yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what do I see here? Well, so black officially moved to this square, so I can put them in check here. They're gonna go there. And then what? I mean, I could take that instead. Yeah, they can't put me in check, so I can take that instead. They'll probably take back. I bring this Rook up. They can't go there or there. If they go there, bring that up. Then they go there. Now do that. I go there. They're not gonna go back, because then I would bring this Rook back, and then I bring this Rook up. And then they'll eventually go there, and then I'm taking their Rook. Well, actually, this knight would stop them from doing that, so maybe they would go back. If I do that. Okay, that's not it. So, let's say I do that. Then they go there. Oh, you know what? I could actually probably bring that there instead. Check. Then I take the knight. Yeah, okay. Miscalculated. So yeah, you want to put them in check to get them here, and the more you play with the knight, the more you'll kind of see what are critical squares for the knight. You'll do a better job at planning to move your opponent's king or an important piece to a certain square, say with like a check, like you did here, where your knight could jump to that square, where it's like you almost set up a trap and they fell for the trap. So, and that's what's happening here. Like, you put them in check, they have to go to this square. They don't have to. I mean, they can go back, but again, they can go back. You can put your knight here, and then all of a sudden you can get this other knight here, where both knights, or both rooks, are lined up on these squares. And, yeah, be a dangerous endeavor for black to try to overcome. But yeah. You do that, the king has to move again. You go here, so black's king might do that. Yeah, it's different possibilities of what can happen here. So, yeah, so let's keep that going. Alright, so it's white to move. White has this issue of the queen and rook lined up on these two files. So this rook is aimed there, and that queen is protecting this pawn. So the king and the rook is attacking that pawn, and this rook right here is technically attacking that pawn too. So then this queen and rook are causing issues for this queen right here. I don't want to move this rook up there, because then that's checkmate. Okay. What to do, what to do. So this is a problem. I mean, the only other thing I can think of is to take with the queen. This queen will probably take, and then you take with your rook. So let's see if that works. Yep. Yeah. So now your opponent's down to one rook. You still have both rooks. His rook is still attacking that, but you know, white has another defender. So yeah, if black were to ever decide, okay, I'm gonna take my rook there, you just come in with your other rook. So this pawn is pretty protected. So in this case, black, their focus is to maybe get their king involved somehow and try to get rid of these pawns so they can promote this pawn. Right here, I mean, you know, they might try to do some queen side attack, or actually, yeah, queen side attack, and bring this rook over. Actually, they don't want to bring the rook over there. I mean, I don't know. To me, this looks like a lost game for black and a one game for white, just because you have the extra rook. And anytime black decides to leave this file, this pawn is promoting to a king, or not king, a queen, or rook, or whatever piece seems valuable at the moment. Alright, let's keep it going. Okay, so this is a, to me, this is a simple one. And if you ever in a game situation where this happens, it'll suck, because it's like one of those things you don't always see coming. But as you can see, this bishop is on this white diagonal. It happens to be lined up with the king. What is the only piece stopping the bishop from attacking the king right now? This pawn right here. What's in front of this pawn? If the pawn comes to this square, what is this pawn attacking? This queen. So you move this up. It's attacking this queen, and it's putting the king in check. So when your king is in check, your duty is to get the king out of check. So you know, white can go about two different ways of doing this. White can put this bishop here, where this bishop would take, then white is forced to use the queen there, and the bishop is just going to take again, and then it's checkmate. Or white can just say, you know what, let's just put the queen here, because it's going to be checkmate regardless, and I'll just, you know, I lose that way. And so, some players, you know, they'll put they'll make the extra moves just because it's, I mean, it shows you've put in some fight, pretty much. Me, I looking at the board and realize, okay, this game is lost. I would just move the queen there. It's just like, okay, the game is lost. I can't win. I'm just moving pieces. My opponent's taking more pieces. Let's just get the game over with. It'd be different if I can't win. You know, I can either resign or I can just take my loss. So, and I don't need to prolong the loss. I can just lose if the game is lost. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Alright, so that pawn moved up. Okay, so this is a very interesting checkmate. I like this one. So here's what I see. I see this rook has this open file right there, and it can come here, and that's gonna put the king in check. King's gonna have to move up. This nicely placed pawn is gonna move up one, and that's gonna be checkmate because this rook right here. So yeah, I mean that's it. The white's king can't really do anything. I mean, if I want to move that up first, then I can do that. You know, I probably could, but see, I mean, does white have any counterplay here? Well, yeah, no, if you do this first, then white will move that over, or maybe move this queen out the way. That way they can go that way, and then this isn't a threat anymore. So that's why it's important to move this rook up first, putting the king in check. Then they have to move up to where they can move. Then you move the pawn up, and that's checkmate. Yep. So, and the more you play chess, the more you'll be able to you'll see how to take advantage of the space around your opponent's king. You'll see what weaknesses it has in it. You'll see what squares your pieces can go to. You'll see what squares your pieces can take advantage of. So, and a lot of this stuff I'm talking about now, I will talk about in my tactics and strategy series coming soon. All right, so immediately I see this. 2 pieces eyeing down this square, and the only piece protecting this square is the king. So that to me says a checkmate. So yeah, I mean, because white had this knight attacking this bishop, and you know, the queen is here. So now you know, when you play, the longer you play chess and see what to look for, the more you try to look for a checkmate. Now, of course, this queen could easily just take this knight, and then you know that this bishop is still hanging. This queen will eventually maybe put black's king in check somehow, and you know, you'll just be going through a series of checks. But again, if checkmate is there and you know what to look for, always go for the checkmate, because again, the goal of chess is to checkmate your opponent. It's not to gain all the pieces. It's not to, you know, make your opponent tap out in the most cruel way possible. You know, it's to checkmate your opponent. So that is a checkmate. Alright, let's go through a couple more. Alright, so what I see here, so we have these 2 pawns here and we have this bishop here. So this pawn right here, 1, 2 squares before it becomes a queen. You also have 2 squares by both these pawns before they become queens. Now the thing you have here is that you have 2 pawns that are, you know, 2 squares away from becoming a queen. This rook is protecting this pawn, but it can't protect both pawns. So you could, I mean, what you essentially would be doing here is you would just be playing the game of, you can move one of these pawns to the end of the board, and the rook, you know, black has to account for that somehow. Like if you move that one, you know, black is gonna, you know, do what they can to put you in check to stop you from promoting. So you would maybe go there, they do that. Now you've promoted to a queen. So now they're in check, and now they have to account for that check. Alright. Okay, so black to move. So, okay, so what I see is putting the rook here. So the rook is going to be checking the king and attacking this rook behind it. This king is here. This king would love to get that rook. But with this rook here, the king has to move. And the king will probably go there. And then you take this rook. And then this, you know, pawn is either going to promote just to say to promote. Just to promote. Or, you know, it won't. And, well, actually, no, that will be it. Like, because the second white moves away from this pawn, that pawn's getting taken. This pawn right here is stuck because of this pawn in front of it. So we're going to move up. And take the rook. And, you know, they promoted to a queen because it's like, okay, what else better do they have to do? So now black can focus on trying to checkmate white's king with this rook and rook and king. So white might start moving up the board this way. The king wants to kind of follow it and go through a series of checks to keep white on one side of the board. And you want to use the rook and the king to do that. So you want to use the rook to check the king, but also kick them to one side of the board and kind of, you know, keeping them there, keeping them isolated. And then you want to bring the king over to help you do that by limiting the amount of squares the king can go to. So, all right, let's go to the next one. All right, so this is a pretty interesting one right here. Immediately, you see the king moved here, which is on the same diagonal as the bishop. So when this king moves, white's king is going to be in check. You can take that pawn if you want to, or you can just simply move up. Or you can do that. The king will probably move there, which is probably what you don't want right now. So probably moving up there, the king will have to go that way. Then you can move that pawn there, and then you get to that square to promote. You will have to worry about this knight, or rook, at some point. Yeah, let's see. A square, then you move up, yep. Okay, so they decided to take that pawn right there. That's interesting. I wasn't sure if, no, not there. I wasn't sure if they would move here to put the king in check. But, But since they took that pawn, you simply move this pawn up. You have a queen, the king is in check. Have to come there. And yeah, now you start to attack and look for ways to checkmate your opponent's king. Alright, let's go through some more. Let's do like 2 more here. I don't know if this video is getting long or not. So white is going to sacrifice the rook. Why? I mean, because you can take it. The king is probably going to go, what, there or stay over here? I mean, it's not going to be a stalemate here. But yeah, you would take that, and then the king will go wherever they want to go, and then you just push this pawn. Keep pushing this pawn, and keep pushing the pawn, and then eventually it becomes a queen. So, yeah. Alright, guys. Last one. I mean, you can... No, you don't want to do that. You don't have anything that can do that. You know, the other thing is you can do that and then take there. Because if you move the queen here, because this queen wants to take this rook, but if you move your queen here, and you know, if you can ever have a bishop on this diagonal get to here where it's eyeing down that same diagonal that the rook is on, that'd be even better to have the that. So you can move the queen here. The queen is going to be acting as a bishop. The bishop is, or the queen is going to take the queen, and you just take back with the knight. So let's that, and you just take back. So this pawn might do that. You just take back. This pawn might do that. That's going to open up that row. You'll probably move your bishop maybe there to protect this square, just to get out of, you know, harm's way. And yeah, I mean, you just kind of go from there. So, this is day 10. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up to say you liked the video. Comment below, tell me your thoughts on this video. If you liked it, you didn't like it, you want to see more videos like it, you want to see different types of videos, you want to see me do more live games, whatever the case may be. Please leave a comment below and let me know. I want to create more videos, more content for all my subscribers. If you are new to the channel, please smack the subscribe button and become a part of Better at Chess Nation. So we have we don't have the dark side cookies, but we have some nice lemon cream cookies made by Oreo, which I mean, I don't know about you, but I enjoy them. I could probably eat a whole pack in a day if I wanted to, which is why I only choose to eat lemon cream cookies once a year, because they're that addictive. So if you like lemon cream cookies like I like lemon cream cookies, you should definitely become a part of Better at Chess Nation. So we are second to none when it comes to cookies, except by the dark side. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.